All eyes are watching, and we've got to go out there and perform and prove what we can do. Hello boys and girls, and welcome to the preview. Arsenal against Olympiacos, second leg of the Europa League. 3-1 up from the first leg, and it's nice to actually have a home game in the Europa League at home. So that's going to be the big difference, that we're actually going to get to play this game at the Emirates, and we're not going to have to travel far and wide for a supposed home game. And I'll tell you something, if you would have told me a week ago that sitting about to do this preview for the second leg, we would have had the week we had, I would have been absolutely buzzing. When you look at the games, the first leg, of course, away in Greece, and then we had to travel all the way back, and we had the North London derby, and we won them both. And let's be honest, they were both very convincing victories, to be fair. And you take the first leg, despite the mistake and the questions that will be raised about that, it was a very dominant and convincing victory. And we warranted the 3 goals that we scored. And then you go to the North London derby. Spurs had played on Thursday as well, but they had played at home. They went into the game full of confidence and everything else. And, we had travelled all the way to Greece, but yet we were the dominant team. And we fully deserved to win that game. Spurs are just very lucky that we only scored 2 goals. So, yeah, I'm really, really happy with the week that we've had. And we go into this second leg, and there's going to be a lot of debate about the team lineup in particular. Because I've seen some of the lineups, and I've seen what some people are saying. And they're making wholesale changes to very, very key personnel. And I don't think that we can, take that gamble, despite the fact of scoring 3 away goals. Olympiacos have to score 3 goals. But if you give them any kind of momentum at all, then you put them on the front foot and you put us on the back foot. Get the job done. Because it's the Europa League, you're allowed to make more substitutes than you normally would in the Premier League. So what I will say is get the job done and then make changes. Take off the key personnel with West Ham in mind on Sunday. Last 2 times we played in the Premier League after a Europa League game were Leicester away and Spurs at home. And we won. So we need to use that. And we also need to think, logically about the situation, the team selection. And, make sure we get the victory. Because winning breeds confidence, first and foremost. That's the most important thing. So, like I said, team lineup is going to be, very interesting. I feel that we've got quite a, clean bill of health. Some question marks over Saka. And I'm going to say this now. I wouldn't risk him for this game. I know he's not too bad after, feeling his hamstring against Spurs. But he's played a lot of football. And I do feel that's a position that we can, replace him in, and it won't really make us much weaker given some of the performances of late. But we're going to go and get into the 1 to 11, and as usual, let me know at the end what you think. Starting off in goal, Leno. Maybe if we would have won the game 4 or 5-1, you could have swapped it around and maybe put Matt Ryan in there, but I don't think goalkeepers need rest, to be fair. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward for me. Leno goes in goal. In defence, now this is where I would make some changes. Now on the right hand side, I'm going to go with Cedric. I'm going to keep him there. And I feel that I would like to see him have a run as a right back. I would like to see him more consistently, because the more I see of him, the more I'm convinced that he's just better for our all-round game than Hector Bellerin. I can't say no more than that, to be fair. I could see Bellerin starting as long as Cedric plays on Sunday against West Ham. But I don't think, playing in this and playing on Sunday would be too much of a problem, to be fair. So I'm going to go with Cedric. Right centre back, I'm going to go with David Luiz. I feel that he's a player that's really grown over recent weeks. I think even months, to be fair. I think he's been really, really good. Yeah, he does have that odd moment in him, that David Luiz moment, shall we say. But I've been really impressed. And he's, an experienced head and a leader at the back. So I'm going to go with it. Alongside him, I am going to make a change. I'm going to bring Gabriel out and I'm going to put in Pablo Mari. And it's nothing against Gabriel. He's had 2 games that have been just absolutely immense. And I feel that this is a position that we could rotate. Give him a little breather and he goes again on Sunday. So I'm going to go with Pablo Mari. Left back, Kieran Tierney. And I see a lot of people saying leave him out. Not for me. He's so key to the way that we play. Stop worrying about injuries and everything else. It doesn't look like he's fatigued. It doesn't look like he's on the brink of breakdown. He recently had a month off because of a muscular problem. So he'll want to play. And I've got no doubt and no problem with it at all. The 2 in midfield. First of all, Thomas Partey. Again, another player that I see a lot of people saying we should leave out. No. He's been back for a couple of weeks or so now. Since his last injury. And he's been, used correctly. Being brought on the bench, when we thought he would start games. And just doing things at the right pace. Played the full game against Spurs. That will do him the world of good. And this is another game. Get the job done. And then you can take Thomas Partey off after 65, 70 minutes and give him a rest ready for Sunday. But he starts for me. Alongside him, Granit Xhaka. I swear to God, this guy's like a robot. Because I think he's played 14 or 15 games now in a row. Every minute. It's just staggering statistic, to be fair. And his engine is superb. But him and Partey together are just the best partnership for me. So that's what I'm going to go with. Now, in the attacking 3, this is, of course, where you can have some changes. On the right-hand side, I'm going to go with Pepe, replacing Saka. And this is a guy that's impressing me every time I watch him now. He can feel so unfortunate to have not been playing of late. And, being on the bench. But he starts this game for me all day long. In the number 10, Emil Smith-Rowe. I'm going to bring Ødegaard out of the side for this game. I think he's played a lot of minutes. Very, very impressed with him. But it's just about rotation. And for this game, I think we can do that. On the left-hand side, another change. I'm going to bring in Willian. And his experience, the way that, he can try and open up those pockets. I feel this game might be a little bit different because Olympiacos do have to come out and attack if they want to, try and get through. But I feel that his experience could be key with so many young players around him as well. There will be talk about Martinelli. I would like to see Martinelli play, but given the fact he hasn't played a single minute for quite a long time now, I don't think he would start the game. I think this is a game where he could get off the bench and get some minutes. But I'm adamant, and I keep saying this, Arsenal are converting him to a main striker. That's what they're working on. And please remember, he's 19 years old. He's still young. He's still learning. He's just come back from a really, really serious injury. Don't rush it. Let Arsenal do what they're doing with him. His time will come. Patience. That's, all we need. And I do feel eventually he's going to be, fighting for that, striking spot up front. And you look at statistics when he has played up front. It backs it. So for this game, I'm going to go with Willian. Up front, main striker, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Naughty boy. Let's hope he turns up for the team meeting and the briefing before the game on time. And then he can start this game. Mikel Arteta has already come out in a press conference and said that he's had, his conversation with Aubameyang. They've, cleared everything. A line's been drawn under it. It's done. It's finished. Move on. Seen images of Aubameyang training and, he's laughing away and happy again. And yeah, he would have been, really annoyed. And he looked it against Spurs. But he breached the rules. You're going to have to be punished. And now, hopefully, what that means is that he won't do it again. Because he knows that he's not going to be excluded from the treatment. So it is what it is. And I think That is a very strong lineup. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 changes from the Spurs game. I think that's enough. 4 changes. Bit of rotation, bit of consistency, and a very solid lineup. So Leno, Cedric, David Luiz, Pablo Mari, Kieran Tierney, Thomas Partey, Granit Xhaka, Pepe, Smith-Rowe, Willian, Aubameyang. I think that is a very strong lineup and enough to get this job done. But as usual, let me know in the comments section what you think. Do you agree or disagree? And if you do disagree, what do you disagree with? Let me know. If you're new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you smash a like on this video. And I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.